Alright, in this video we're going to talk about one of the great wonders of computing is that it can do our math for us. But we do have to give it the formulas to do the math with, right? So I have declared a couple variables here, 1 and 5, that are class variables. Look, they're in the class above the start. Okay. I declared an initialized score to 0, and then I declared initialized number, a num to 3. I've also made a sum variable, a divisor variable, and a remainder variable. I made the divisor variable a float because often when we divide things, we get decimals. So we're only going to sum integers, so we can only get integers from summing them, but when we divide them. So let's now assign initialize sum. So sum is going to equal, I'm going to add my score and plus my num. Now, notice I'm using the plus here to add, and we've used plus down here. Plus can do two different things. It's two type of operators in C# and Java. Here, it's actually what you're used to, plus. It will add the data from score to the data from num. And so we should get what? 13. All right. Here, when it's inside a print log, it is called the concatenate operator. And what it does is it allows data, so this has got data in it, but it turns it into words or into strings that can be printed. So the plus thing can do a couple of things. All right, so we should get, when we print this, we should get 13. All right, divisor is going to be equal to score divided by, so these are your normal number operators. You can divide, you can multiply, is multiply, and of course this is minus. Now there is an extra operator that you're not used to probably, and it's the modulus operator. So we're going to do the mod operator, or just mod, and it gives the remainder. Now this is useful a lot in coding, and we'll talk about how it's useful at other times. But remainder is going to be 10 mod, this is the mod operator, 3. All right, so what that does is it's going to divide 10 by 3 and not give me the answer, it's going to give me the remainder, the old school way we used to divide in 2nd grade. So when you divide 10 by 3, you get 3, so 9, you bring down, you get a 1. The remainder is 1. What's left is 1. So let's see if that's what it gives us. All right, I'm going to build, make sure there's no errors so far. There is. Oh, I forgot the equal sign. Forgot my assignment operator. All right, there we go. And build. And now let's go run it. And I just changed the variable sketch, so it should have been running in here. Okay, so here we go. We got sum 53, divisor 6, and remainder 1. What happened? All right, let's see. That's certainly not what I thought. Let's take this update out. Oops. This was supposed to say. Alright, so here we are. It should say, I'm taking the public off because we're not going to work with that right now. And what was happening is it was getting numbers from the public. So here we go. We got score 10. We're going to divide. We're going to run it. And here we go. We got 13. Divisor's 3. So notice, because the divisor, even though we declared it as a float, so it should have been 3.33, the things that was dividing were integers. So we can only get numbers without decimals. So let me show you how you fix that. And then remainder 1 for our mod. So even though this one's a float, both score and num are integers. So what it does is it divides them as integers, and it does what we call truncate. So it drops the decimals. So let me show you. we've got 10, and this time I'm going to divide it by 4. And see, it's 2. So again, the decimals are coming off. But if we do it like this, so if we say 10.0, and we put an F for float, we make these float numbers. Then we save. Then we run. Now we get 2.5. So now we can get a decimal. So if you want decimals in your divisor, you need to have decimals. One of your things be decimals in here. So there's a number of ways you can do that. You can do this. You can do this by casting. We could have used decimal numbers in the first place here. These could have been set as decimals. It's something to remember because sometimes that dividing and dropping off those decimals will make a big difference to your mathematics. All right, in summary, you can do all kinds of math with your numbers, your variables. You can plus, subtract, multiply, divide, and a new thing called mod, which gives you a remainder. Also, remember that all your math sequences will run by PEMDAS, so order of operations. So you do need to remember your order of operations when you're doing math things. Mostly we do simple ones that we don't have to worry about.